Andy and the Giant Zoreo. Written and illustrated by Mrs. Hanlon's sixth grade class, Tallulah Academy in Madison Parish. In the late fall of November 2003, when there was a slight chill in the air, a small red ant named Andy Ant was born. Andy Ant was a very large ant with big eyes as blue as the sky on a clear day. Andy was known to be the most thoughtful and generous ant in the whole ant colony. He was always searching for food to share with his family and friends. In fact, he often gave food to the Ant Hill Retirement Center and the local ant orphanage. Andy Ant lived in a large brown round anthill near Lake Puddle in the quaint little village of Moundville. The anthill was surrounded by many brilliant flowers and huge blades of bright green grass. Andy attended school at the Ant Academy and worked in the afternoons at McAnt's. One clear, crisp morning, Andy was crawling down Ant Road when he found a giant Zoreo cookie. He became very excited because this would be enough food for every ant in Moundville for an entire year. When he came closer to the big cookie, he realized that it was a double-stuffed Zoreo. "Wow," Andy said, "this will be enough food for 2 years." The cookie was much too large for Andy to move, so he called his ant friends to help. They all crawled under the cookie and moved it to Moundville Hall. Here is where the problem began. The cookie was much too large to pull or push through the small red door of Moundville Hall. The Moundville mayor, Mayor Malcolm McMudd, suggested that all the ants jump on the cookie and break it into tiny pieces. Therefore, all the ants jumped and jumped on the cookie. All the commotion caused several insect neighbors to appear. Mr. Billy Blowfly thought the ants were so funny that he rolled over laughing. Miss Ladybug tried to help by jumping on the cookie, but she was too tiny. She was so disappointed because she failed to help the ants. The ants tried a million ways to break the cookie, but everything failed until Reggie Redbird landed near the cookie. The ants offered to share the cookie with her if she would peck the cookie into small pieces for them. Instead of pecking at the cookie, the greedy bird picked up the cookie with her beak and flew up into the sky. As Reggie was lifting off the ground, she found that the cookie was much too large for her small beak. Suddenly, she dropped the cookie, and it hit the ground with a loud thud. It shattered into 1,000 tiny pieces right in front of Moundville Hall. The ants quickly went to work and carried each cookie crumb into Moundville Hall. The ants' feast lasted several days. In fact, they had so many crumbs left over they were able to feast 2 years on the cookie. They even had enough to start a cookie line at the homeless shelter for ants. Andy quit his job at McAnt's to work at the shelter. He told every ant, "It is much better to share because those that are greedy often lose what they have." The end.